Shalom, shalom, Israel. I'm your brother Kaya out of GMS camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. First and foremost is I want to give his all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachach, Wadash. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us this truth and rule well. Also want to say shalom to the 144,000. Also want to say shalom to the speckled bird out there. You may look like the heathen, but are not the heathen. Also want to say shalom to the Akwath and to the Akim. Want to say shalom to the remnant of the house of Israel. Shalom, the elect. You know, you're seeing what's on. You're seeing what's on my screen. I'm gonna let this play, and this is for fair use to use. This is on TikTok. This is on social media. I'm not making any money off of this TikTok, any of the sort. Just using it for educational purposes. Now, we keep telling you who these devils are. Now, we're going to let these devils tell on themselves. Now, what I'm going to do is let this video play, but I'm going to stop it, periodically, perhaps. Or I might just get my tablet and read some scriptures, because if I keep trying to jump back and forth, I might end up losing the video. So if you bear with me, Israel, but we're going to see Edom for who Edom is. And see, we constantly tell you about these Edomites, these Idumeans. It ain't about their skin color. I mean, even though the Bible tells you they came out red all over, I'm not talking about that. You're going to see who's doing what. You're going to understand Job chapter 9, verse 24, for the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And see, another thing we're seeing too right now, Edom against Edom, Egyptian against Egyptian. You know, these Edomites, these higher Edomites, they got all the money and these big old businesses to destroy and do all kind of stuff. And then you got the lower life Edomites complaining. You know, the same thing was going on with Trump. You know, you got you had the MAGA, if I'm saying it right, you had MAGA. Now MAGA is throwing all their hats in the garbage because Trump is not making America great. Because, see, they really thought that Trump was going to come in and bring in slavery and do all kind of stuff to make them great. To make the lower life Edomites great, to make all Edom great. But no, that's not what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and let this play. And like I said, I'm going to stop it every now and again. And bear with me. But listen to what's being said. And this comes from one of the brothers that put this in our chat, and I just want to use this to do a video on. My brother Tazaba. It's beautiful.
You have an incredible amount of power at this moment in time. Why should we trust you?
You should. I have a kid that was born in 2025. I don't think he'll ever be smarter than AI. I don't think that'll get in the way of his happiness or fulfillment at all. It's sort of strange, and also sort of to him like it's the only world he'll ever know.
Well, I love the idea of getting a drone and having light fentanyl laced urine spraying on analysts who tried to screw us. So that's my lower purpose. But the higher purpose for me was to get this nation to be the preeminent power in the world.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would,
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
So the primary source of death in Palestine is the fact that Hamas has realized that there are millions and millions of useful idiots.
I know it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it. And quickly before it's too late.
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online and take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
The government
should
control social media.
Yeah, should do that.
We were going to use technology to change the whole world and basically overturn on the monetary system of the world. We could never win an election on on getting certain things because we were in such a small minority. But
now I'm gonna stop it for a minute. Now, if you're paying attention to what they're saying, they're gonna make it a dystopian. Is what they're telling you. See, this is Edom for you. And you see the the uhs, the because they're being very careful what they say. But at the end of the day, they're bringing death. See, they're bringing in the new world order. They're bringing in the RFID microchip. Now, they didn't say the RFID microchip outright, but what he's talking about, yeah, he's talking about taking your freedoms. He's talking about basically killing people, getting rid of the masses. And of course, they're gonna start with Jake. But see, you see who's all saying this. Where's Jake at in this? Where's your so-called Hispanics at in this? These are all Edomites. These are all higher echelon Edomites, if I'm saying that word right. And see, and I'm assuming this guy that's, sticking up the middle finger and whatnot is an Edomite. He looked like one, but I don't know the man. But, at the end of the day, what does this prove? Esau against Esau, the Egyptian against Egyptian. They not happy for what the these higher up Edomites are saying. Matter of fact, let's let it finish. And we'll get some scriptures afterwards.
You could actually unilaterally change the world without having to constantly convince people and beg people and plead with people who are never going to agree with you through technological means. And this is where I think technology is.
Through technological means. In other words, we're not asking the American people no more. We're just going to do whatever we want to do because y'all are not going to agree with it. So we're just going to do whatever we want. We're going to push the chip. We're going to crash the dollar. They're going to do all these things. But see, what we're seeing today is what? It's the downfall of Esau, Edom. It's the downfall of his kingdom. It's coming to an end. So I'm going to let him go and finish.
As this incredible alternative to politics.
We see a future where intelligence is a utility, like electricity or water, and people buy it from us on a meter and use it for whatever they want to use it for.
We will actually make so many robots and AI that they will actually saturate all human needs. Meaning you won't be able to even think of something to ask the robot for at a certain point.
Man, now you see. And they're all Edomites and what they're about to do. And this is something we've been talking about. But once again, this is just the downfall of Esau, Edom. Now, other Edomites are saying, and we keep showing Jake, who the enemy is. Yahweh Shema Shah told us who the enemy is. He told us, never trust thy enemy. And Jake want to trust this man. And this man ain't doing nothing and bringing nothing but death. You see? And they're telling you outright what they're about to do. So that's why matter of fact, let's go here. Let's go to the first scripture. You've heard the scripture before. You'll hear it again. Let's go to the book of Job. And this is not going to be very long. It'll be a quick hit. Just want to share that. Let's see, watch. Let's go to Job chapter 9. And let's get verse. So you start to understand who is the wicked. Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Well, now you see who the wicked is. It's Esau, Edom, the Edomites. I'm surprised they didn't show Bill Hates on here. With all his stuff that he's saying about vaccines and whatnot. How to get rid of people. How to bring the numbers down. Going right back, if y'all remember the Georgia Guidestones that somehow got destroyed. Keep the population under, was it 500 billion or something like that? And even on TED Talk and whatnot, going into vaccines and whatnot. And he said out of his own mouth that he wouldn't even give it to his own kids. Not just that. Think of what else is going on. That not new thing, but that thing coming out with those ticks that people are spreading on these people's land with their cows, so you get sick and you can't eat meat. See, these devils are always doing something. These are the wicked, these Edomites. Now, even though the lower life Edomites don't have the power to do too much, but they just as wicked. They not getting out of this. So as you see, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Matter of fact, let's go to Proverbs, right? Let me see. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Because see what they were doing. Here we go. Proverbs chapter 4. And Bob, let me see. Bear with me. Here we go. This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 16 in the NLT. For evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. And guess what? That's what all of them are doing. They're doing their evil deeds for the day, every day, all day, every day. They go into them offices, they go into them buildings, them high rises at the top, and they go in that corner and they got that one little light on and they planning what they're gonna do. You know, they got their little meetings, they got their little think tanks and whatnot, and planning and pushing all the wickedness they're about to do. And they're already doing it. Matter of fact, what is that? The data centers that are in different states right now, and now they're telling these people they got to move off their land. They got to move. They got to relocate. All the water's being sucked up and used. Then I think what they most likely are doing, they putting that water back in the community, because there was one guy that I was looking at. I think it was on TikTok, and I forgot what state it was in, but they were close to them, to those data centers, and he cut his water on, and it came out dark yellow. And he's like, what are we supposed to drink? What are we supposed to bathe in? He said it came out clear for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, this happened. Now you see, this is the wicked of Esau, Edom. He is as death. Esau, Edom is as death. He don't care about his own. So what you Israelites, what do you think he care about you? And you 2/3 want to be hand in hand with this devil so bad. For evil people can't sleep until they've done evil deed. Salakia. For evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest until they've caused someone to stumble. Look at that. They eat the food of wickedness, right? And drink the wine of violence. The way of the righteous is like the first gleam. Okay, we don't have to go all the way down to that. But you know, at the end of the day, they do nothing but wickedness. And see, at this point, they don't even care. They're not even hiding it. They're not even hiding it. They're just telling you, yeah, we about to do this, we about to do that, and what? What you gonna do about it? Either you gonna get down or lay down. Which one is it gonna be? Because we gonna do what we want to do. Because at the end of the day, if you really understand what they're trying to do, they want that blessing back. They're trying to figure out how to keep their kingdom going, which is not gonna work in their favor at all. You know, this is also going right back into the RFID microchip. This is going into New World Order. And believe me, it ain't just here in Babylon. Don't think for 1 minute these other countries got it better. Because these other countries are doing the same thing to their people. Because at the end of the day, it's all about New World Order. It's all it's about. Because they want to keep their wicked kingdom going, which is not going to happen. But see, we show you who the wicked is. The wicked, which is Esau, Edom. The Edomites, the Idumeans. You know, and this is, you know, the funny, not the funny, but you know, the thing about it at the beginning, what did that man say? She said, well, what did he said, the things that he was going to do. And she said, well, should we trust you? And he waited like, nah, you shouldn't. Matter of fact, the scriptures tell you not to trust them, right? That's kind of funny that he even says like, I wouldn't trust me, basically. What is that? Ecclesiasticus 12:12. Never trust thy enemy. Let me see. As Ecclesiastes 12:10, Salakia. And you see it's highlighted there. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Never trust thy enemy. See, we're constantly warned about Esau, Edom. We're constantly warned about him. Yahweh Shema Shah has warned us from the get-go about our older brother and how wicked he is. And to never trust him. Now, 2/3 of our people trust him. That's why 2/3 of our people always talk about the kingdom. Oh, is Esau going to be in the kingdom? Why do you care? He gonna be he gonna be in the kingdom. He gonna be a slave is what he's gonna be until he's eradicated. Tell you that right now. When you go to Obadiah 1:18, yeah, he gonna be around. We're gonna have our foot on his neck. He gonna be making big rocks to little rocks. Go to Revelation 13:9 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Since everybody worried about him so much. But see, his raggedy ass kingdom here, Babylon, aka America, is gonna be completely eradicated. You know, it is what it is. But you see what these devils are doing. Hey, check this out. The devil's poison the air you breathe. The devil's poison the water you drink. The devil's poison the food you eat. If I ain't already said that, they do nothing but wickedness. Scriptures say they are as death. I believe that's in Habakkuk. He ain't nothing but death. And now they're showing you TED Talk, all these different platforms that they're on. They're telling you what they're about to do. They're telling you, as the man, let me see if I can go back. Is it still there? Bear with me. They're gonna kill us all. Are you effing listening? Because they're telling you, Jake. They're telling you what they're about to do. But see? But nobody want to listen, right? But y'all gonna wish you listen, because these things are the rooster's coming home to roost. And see, they're throwing it right in your face. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do this. Matter of fact, let's go to another scripture, right? Bear with me. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 59. And let me see. Isaiah 59. We can read this in the NLT too. This is Isaiah 59:7. Look what it say. Their feet run to do evil, and they rush to commit murder. They think only about sinning. Misery and destruction always follow them. That's all they think about. How can we kill them? How can we enslave them? How can we eradicate them? How can we poison them? Think about it. I named many things: your air, your water you drink, the foods we eat. Then you got to think about, and not just, with the air, them chemtrails they spraying, the data centers, all the stuff that Edom does. Like I said earlier. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see. You know what? Hold on. Let me see. Let's get to verse 7 again. I want to read all of it. This is Isaiah 59:7. Their feet run to do evil, and they rush to commit murder. They think only about sinning. Misery and destruction always follow them. They don't know where to find peace or what it means to be just and good. They have mapped out crooked roads, and no one who follows them knows a moment's peace. Now do you see? Nothing but wickedness from these Edomites, these Idumeans. And I'm going to talk about even the lower life Edomites. If they had a chance to do extra wickedness, they would too. And they're doing wickedness. They doing wickedness on their own way. What are they doing? Rape, rob, pedophilia, all kind of stuff that they do. They're not innocent. It's just that they're not in the public eye as much. Now, when you cut the news on, you see what these Edomites do. You see what these Edomites say towards Jake. What is it called? Black fatigue. What do you think they telling you? We sick and tired of you niggas. We tired of you blacks. We tired of you Mexicans. If Trump give us the green light, we'll just kill all of you. That's what they're basically saying. Or do whatever they want to do. Once again, even going into that law, we talked about, them getting rid of the 14th Amendment. What do you think that goes into, Jake? But Jake want to trust their enemies so much. which also going to hit Jeremiah 30:7, Jacob's trouble. But once again, at the end of the day, we see these devils for what they are. Matter of fact, what I wanted? Habakkuk. So talk about that. This is Habakkuk 2:5. Just talking about Esau, Edom. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Means he's all over the damn place. He's in every country. He all over the place. Now, when you think about Bill Gates, think about where he been. He all go to Africa. He go here. He go there to do all that stuff that he do. Think about it. Don't take much to look things up. Yeah, and I'm not talking about just him. It ain't just him. Yeah, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death. Now, do you see? Is as death. It does not say he is life. No, he's death and cannot be satisfied. So that means he loves to kill. He's not satisfied. He won't be satisfied. If Yahweh Shah allowed him, these Edomites will kill everybody on this goddamn planet, even themselves. Who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, which goes right back into what? Going into the RFID microchip, Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. Once again, and like I said earlier, it ain't just Edomites. Remember New World Order. That means that these other pharaohs are hand in hand with each other. Yeah, there's gonna be World War III and everything. That's gonna happen. But see, what you're not seeing is when the cameras go off, the conversations. When they look at Babylon, aka America, when these other heathens look at America, yeah, they want to blow this bitch off the map. See, when they have the conversation is New World Order. How can we get these damn people under us? Hey, digital ID, just like China. Think about it. Then what? The disaster comes because see, the argument's gonna spark up. Well, who's gonna rule? In World War III, who's gonna rule? Because they don't want Babylon, aka America, to rule. Think about it. Let that settle in. Because see, right now, yeah, we understand that World War III is gonna happen. Ezekiel 38 chapters coming in, all the scriptures coming in about World War III and what's really about to happen. But before it do, we're seeing wars and rumors of wars, right? But behind the screen, when the cameras go off, what do you think they're talking about? How do we get control over them? How do we control over the world? They smile, they shake hands, they plot, they scheme. Orange Man gets back on the plane and comes back to Babylon or wherever he go. He's sitting there talking to his people like, yeah, we got them in the trick bag. They think we cahoots with them. Then you read Obadiah 1 and 7. Then you see what's about to happen. But once again, you see the wickedness of Esau, Edom. That video that I just played showed the wickedness of Esau, Edom, and what's about to happen, what their agenda is. I believe that's called a dystopian, not a utopia, dystopian. Nothing but shit, hell on earth to say. And we've warned you, Jakes. We told you about this devil. That's why Yahweh Shai called him what? The border. Matter of fact, let's get that too. Oh, what is that? Malachi. This is Malachi chapter. I think that's, let me see, 4 and 1. Is it Malachi 4 or 1 and 4? Let me see. Bear with me, Israel. Malachi chapter, is it chapter 1, verse 4? Yep, here we go. Matter of fact, bear with me. I want to read in the NLT. Let me see. Esau. Oh, that's good. Man. All right. Malachi 1 and 4, right? In the NLT. Esau's descendants. Esau's descendants, meaning what? They're still here. As the scriptures say, there is no end to all people. The Edomites are still here. The descendants. Just in case vocab Malone and say, well, the Edomites are done away with. They're not here no more. Yes, they are. We see them every day. You just seen them on the video. We walk by them. We see them at work. Esau's descendants in Edom may say, we have been shattered, but we will rebuild the ruins. But the Lord of heaven's armies replied, they may try to rebuild, but I will demolish them again. Their country will be known as the land of wickedness, and their people will be called the people with whom the Lord is forever angry. Oh, well, sounds to me Esau, Edom is not getting out of the anger of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which they won't. There's no way out. That's they behind. The scripture, when you go to the KJV, it says what? The people against whom the Lord hath and what? Have indignation forever. Which also goes right back to what? Nahum 1 and 3. Well, Yahweh, I think it's Nahum 1 and 3. Matter of fact, let's go look. Nahum chapter 1. Is it 3? Yep. We can get this. Nahum chapter 1 and verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. Other words, for all this that this devil's doing, he will not be acquitted. Meaning you lower life Edomites, you're not getting into the kingdom. You're not grafted in. None of that. You're not slithering in. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai ain't forgiving y'all for the bullshit that y'all have done. That's the higher Edomites and you lower life Edomites. You Idumeans, I'm going to call you for what you are. I'm not calling you Europeans, and I'm not calling you white people. I'm calling you for who you really are. You're Edomites, you're Idumeans. You're not getting away. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind, and in the storms, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. That's y'all's ass. It is what it is. But as you seen from the beginning of the video, then you start to understand Job chapter 9, verse 24. For the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And see, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gonna let them get their enterprise off the ground to say for a little while. And he gonna come wreck shop. It is what it is. But see, what that video shows that even the lower life Edomites are upset. But it shows once again, too, that Edom ain't nothing but death. Liars, thieves, conniving, all of that. Murderous, bloodthirsty, all of that. But anyway, this wasn't meant to be very long. I hope you was edified. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor. It's to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, and Shalom. Until the next time.